It's time for another history test. The first question asks her to name a monument that is famous for granting wishes when offered a coin. She doesn't know the answer, but instead of leaving the space blank, she writes the name of a random place called Chiemo. Just when she puts the name down on the paper, bright light can be seen outside the window. Somewhere in the city, a strange path of jungle forms on its own. The following day, she and her boyfriend are on their way to school when they come across a path. They do not remember it being there prior to today, which makes them curious. That day, the class has yet another quiz about world politics. The first question asks them the name of the current Japanese prime minister. She doesn't have a clue, but instead of leaving the paper blank, she writes her boyfriend's name on it. She doesn't know the answers to any of the questions after that, so instead, she takes a nap. Somewhere else, their teacher is grading the test papers. Suddenly, the shrine starts glowing. A while later, the girl calls her boyfriend and asks him what is taking so long. He claims that he is terribly busy and won't be able to hang out today. Right after the call, she gets a text from her classmate saying that her boyfriend is in huge trouble. It turns out that he has been selected as the Prime Minister of Japan. The interviews of him posing for the camera as the Prime Minister are going so viral on social media. The next day, she goes to school, still confused about how her boyfriend, who went to the grocery store, turned into the Prime Minister. Well, people have been elected for less. Several other news about the presidents of different countries going missing is also going around the school. The teacher arrives with the graded papers and hands her, with a big smile on his face. Surprisingly, she got full marks on the test, even though she left most of it empty. On taking a closer look, she realizes that her boyfriend became the prime minister because she wrote so on the test. Similarly, the presidents of other countries are going missing because she left all the other questions blank. Now, the only way to save the world is if she study hard and get all the questions right. Determined to do her best, she sits down to study that night, but falls asleep a few minutes later.